Why are you running away from sports? You know the answer. Your shoes are sitting by the door. It's been weeks. You haven't touched them. That part doesn't bother you. It shouldn't bother you. At some point, people don't give up. They even stop giving up. You quietly walk past them, as if those shoes were never there. My question is this. Don't forget, you're not running away from sports. So why are you pretending to run away? Different things. That difference changes everything. You're watching this video. That says something. If you truly didn't care, you wouldn't have opened it. You opened it because somewhere, there's still something. Small. Silent. It's there. That thing brought you here. Let's look at it together. Just look. Think. When was the last time you really did sports? Maybe you don't even remember the date. Or you remember but don't want to say. How was that day? How did it feel? What was inside you when you finished? Most people don't ask themselves that question because they already know the answer. The answer is uncomfortable. Most people don't quit sports. They don't procrastinate. They just decide something without realizing it. Silently, that decision shapes everything. What decision? Come with me. A secret. You didn't quit sports because of a lack of motivation, nor a discipline issue. You say you have no time. No, there are people who wake up at 6 a.m. with 3 kids, 2 jobs, still doing sports. This isn't a time issue. You know this too. So what is it then? The brain does something very interesting. Produces logical justifications for you. I'm tired today. I'll start tomorrow. This week was too busy. You believe them. You want to believe them. There is always a reason to run away. Think. Do you find time when your favorite show comes out? When you want to meet a friend? Are you too tired then? No. For those things, the brain doesn't create obstacles. It only creates them for sports. Why? The brain knows something you don't accept. Sports changes you. Change doesn't always feel safe. Hold this thought for a while. Most people see sports as a habit problem. It's not. This is an identity issue. Being someone who does sports isn't just about sweating. It's about accepting something about yourself. That acceptance feels too heavy. Monday morning, the alarm goes off. 5:50. First thought, I'll do it today. Second thought, but I went to bed late last night. Third thought, I'll be more rested tomorrow. Alarm is turned off. Sleep continues. That afternoon, that feeling of blaming yourself comes. Familiar? That feeling isn't a lack of motivation. That feeling is a cycle. That cycle started a long time ago. Now, something uncomfortable for you. Sometimes, not doing sports is a form of protection. Against what? Against failure. If you never start, you can't fail. You don't get defeated in what you don't try. The brain knows this well. Be honest. During the periods you quit or never started sports, what were you feeling? Were you just lazy? Or were you afraid of something? Maybe of starting and quitting. Maybe of not being good enough. Maybe of others seeing. Notice something here. Sports isn't actually physical. The first obstacle is never physical. I mentioned that decision earlier. The silent decision people make without realizing it. That decision is this. I am not someone who does sports. You don't tell anyone this. Maybe you don't even tell yourself. Every day you act according to that decision. The shoes wait by the door. Your friend shares a photo from the gym. What's your first thought? Well done. Immediately after, something else comes. Quietly. A discomfort. Small, but real. You ignore that discomfort because looking at it requires looking at other things. This video isn't to motivate you. This video is to ask you, what's really happening? Notice, every day you postpone sports, you're also postponing something. That thing isn't sports. That thing is facing yourself. Because when you go to the gym, it's not just weights there. You are there. Just you. No music. No phone. Just breath and movement. In that silence, the things you're running from hit you in the face. So why does it continue for so long? Why is this a cycle? Because this isn't just sports. This exists in other areas of your life too. Come with me. Quitting sports isn't a habit. It's a pattern. That pattern is everywhere. It's in your relationship. It's in your job. It's in the mirror. The most interesting part, always the same feeling, always the same step, always the same escape. Think, you want to start a project. You get excited. You make a plan. Maybe you buy a notebook. Then one day it's postponed. A week, a month. Is this feeling familiar? Or you want to tell someone something important. The right moment never comes. Or you want to sign up for that course. You want to read that book. You want to have that conversation. There's always an obstacle. There's always a reason. Subscribe to my channel and find more content for yourself. Maybe the problem isn't sports. Maybe the problem is starting. I said this earlier. The brain knows something. Change doesn't feel safe. That's why sports changes you. Not physically first. It makes you feel different. It makes you think differently. You see yourself differently. That difference threatens the old you. The old you fights every morning at 5:50. Now I'm going to talk about 3 things. 3 real reasons. Not motivation. Not discipline. Real reasons. First, the brain experiences failure in advance. Before going to the gym, the brain goes there. What does it see there? It sees someone getting tired. It sees someone who can't keep up. It sees someone being humiliated in front of others. Before anything has even happened, it makes it feel already over. Imagine you're going to the gym for the first day. You've prepared your clothes. You've even prepared your bag. When morning comes, there's a scene in your mind. Everyone is looking. You don't know what you're doing. Maybe someone smiles. The scene isn't real. The feeling is real. That feeling stopped you. This is exactly what you do. This is actually called mental rehearsal, but that doesn't matter. What matters is this. The brain can never distinguish between reality and imagination. The fear you feel doesn't come from a real danger. That's how the brain works. You stop. Second, the identity gap, being someone who does sports conflicts with who you currently are. Because for years, there has been a certain you, sleeping late, drinking coffee, watching shows, not doing sports. This identity, strange but safe. Imagine someone asks you, do you do sports? You laughing a little, I should, but you say, pay attention to that but carries a lot. That but actually means this. I am not one of those people. As you say it, you feel a little relieved because you lowered the expectation from yourself. This is exactly what you do. This isn't just in sports. It's in your job too. You say, I'm not a planner. With that sentence, you give yourself permission not to change. It's in your relationship too. You say, that's just how I am. With that sentence, you give yourself permission not to grow. It's in your family too. It's in your social life too. The same thing in every area. Identity is used as a shield for protection. The phrase, that's just how I am, is sometimes not self-confidence. Sometimes it's a door lock. Third, starting is harder than ending, because when you start, you no longer have an excuse. If you quit after starting, that defines you. If you never start, you're still potential. Imagine that feeling of, I will start one day, is actually a very nice feeling, because in that feeling, everything is possible. Nothing has gone wrong yet. Starting kills that feeling, because reality begins. Reality is not always as beautiful as the dream. This is exactly what you do. So when these three come together, not doing sports becomes logical. For your brain, not for you. Stop. You've listened to these three things. Something probably happened inside you. Maybe discomfort. Maybe a yes, this is me feeling. Maybe a little defensiveness. That feeling is the purpose of this video, because understanding doesn't change anything. Feeling changes. You're feeling right now. Go back to what I just said. The brain experiences failure in advance. Identity resists change. Not starting preserves potential. All of these point to the same thing. This isn't a sports problem. It's a trust problem. Trusting yourself isn't just courage. Sometimes it's just starting. The start doesn't have to be big. The brain doesn't accept this, because the brain asks, what if it's not enough? Always, about everything. Before entering a relationship, before changing jobs, before starting a conversation, before going to the gym. Always the same question. What if it's not enough? Unlike other questions, that question doesn't wait for an answer. It just stops. Now I'm going to show you something. How that cycle continues. You don't do sports. You blame yourself. The guilt tires you. When you're tired, sports feels harder. When it feels harder, you postpone more. The more you postpone, the guilt grows. The cycle turns. Do you recognize this cycle? Not just in sports, in other parts of your life too. This cycle feeds itself. Without external intervention, it grows on its own. The most interesting part, when you're inside the cycle, you can't see the cycle. You can't see the wheel when you're inside the wheel. You're seeing it now. This video did something. It made you step outside, just for a second. That second is enough, because seeing isn't starting. But you can't start without seeing. Think, those shoes, by the door. What are they waiting for there? You, or for you to be ready? When will being ready come? Most people are waiting for the right moment. When they're less stressed, when they have more time, when they feel more motivated. That moment doesn't come, because that moment isn't a gift. That moment is a decision. That decision is feared, because making a decision creates responsibility. Saying, I started but it didn't work out, is different from saying, I never started. The brain prefers the latter. Not starting feels like it's not a decision. That's the biggest decision. Stop. Really think. In the last year, how many things besides sports have you postponed? How many conversations? How many decisions? How many beginnings? There was the same feeling in all of them. A better time will come. Did that time come? This question is harsh. I know. This video isn't to comfort you. It's to sit with you inside that discomfort, because that discomfort is saying something. You still care. You still want. There's still something inside you. That thing didn't die. It's just waiting. You're not running away from sports. You're running away from yourself. Sports is just the most visible place of that escape. I asked at the beginning of the video, you're not running away from sports, so why are you pretending to run away? Now there's an answer. Because running away feels safer. Because not starting protects you. Because saying, I haven't started yet, is easier than saying, I started but I'm inadequate. Now let me tell you one last thing. I don't know what you'll do with this information. Maybe tomorrow you'll put on those shoes. Maybe they'll wait another week. Something has changed. Now you know the answer to the question, why am I not doing it? Knowing sometimes changes something on its own. We just talked about sports. Did you notice? We didn't actually talk about sports. We talked about procrastination. We talked about fear. We talked about how identities become prisons. This pattern doesn't end with sports. Continues in the place you least want to see. How it works in relationships. We haven't talked about that yet. One last question for you. If you had to do sports tomorrow, what would your real obstacle be? Time? Energy? Come with me. In the next video, I talked about you. Subscribe to my channel and find more content for yourself.